out of my hand, but I knew not to let it go out of my hand. So the lady read it. She goes, "Oh, that's not good here." And I explained to her to read it that it's good for the entire city of Philadelphia. A gentleman came over and said, not threateningly, but he goes, "Oh, let's go outside and talk about this. Let's go outside and talk about this." And I'm like, "Well, let's stay in and talk about it." So he obviously didn't want to talk about it, so we went outside. And as soon as we went outside, he didn't want to talk about it. He just wanted to argue and make sure I didn't go back in. And I went in talking about how the watch certificate was good for the entire county. That's pretty much what happened.
Well, what was the ending? What did they ever let you in or no?
No, they did not.
You're obviously not
They
there.
didn't let me get one in, and I realized that it was just useless. I mean, it's like teaching a pig to sing. It just upsets you and upsets the pig.
You still have your certificate?
I still have the certificate in my wallet.
Can we just verify?
Yeah.
Can we just show everyone? It doesn't have your address on it.
It does have my address on it.
All right, well, just here. You could show me. We don't have to show everybody who's watching. But look, Gary's pulling his wallet out, folks.
Thank you.
See you in May.
I'll see you in May. Well, I can see it right there. Yeah, exactly. Poll watcher certificate.
And I asked him to read this line.
It's right there.
I asked him to read this line. I mean, I read the certificate and I asked him to read this line to me. I'll read the line. This certificate authorized the individual to watch any ward or division in Philadelphia.
It says it right there.
And I'm the individual.
Wow, and you got your ID and everything else.
I didn't even ask for ID. They asked for this. They didn't ask for ID. I had all my ID. They didn't ask for any ID. This is also done from the commissioner's office. It's the legal document. The interesting thing is the Democrats' watchers are blue. The Republican watchers are yellow. I don't know if they let the Democrat watchers in there because I didn't see any other watchers down. I didn't have enough time to see who was even in the polls. And I didn't even ask who these people were. Maybe I should have asked who they were. That's another thing they said to me. Call the cops. If you don't like this, call the cops. I told them to call the cops. I said, you call the cops to turn me up. But I wasn't looking for a fight or anything. So when he said, let's go outside and talk about this, I figured he wanted to read my certificate, talk about the law. No, he just wanted me outside on the street.
How did that make you feel about the election in general?
What are they hiding? The funny place is the polling place was a funeral home. Hey, were the dead bodies voting?
Oh, God.
I mean, that's the rumor.
Boy, not too far from New Jersey, are we?
Well, Philadelphia, when my mother passed away, one of the first things I did is make sure that she was off the voting rolls.
Right. I gotta imagine most people don't do that, though.
No. And
now, are you a native Philadelphia?
Yes, I was born and raised in Philadelphia.
What part?
Northeast Philadelphia.
What part? Northeast. Oh, the great Northeast.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think? What do you think is going to happen here in the state of state of Pennsylvania, I should say, not just the city, but state of Pennsylvania? What do you think?
The state of Pennsylvania, I know. I've been all throughout the state. I've been all through the state for various campaigns and stuff, working for the Senate. And outside of the counties around Philadelphia, all you see is Trump signs everywhere. Trump support everywhere throughout the state. Even in parts of Delaware and parts of New Jersey, Trump signs, Trump signs, Trump signs. It's only Philadelphia where you have the staunch Democrats that want to intimidate us. And this is an example of their intimidation.
Wow.
And I'm glad we got this on video because I've heard about stories like this. It's the first time it ever happened to me.
Did you ever think it would happen to you?
I knew eventually it would, but it's upsetting. That's why I'm cooperating with everybody to get the word out.
Well, I think you stood your ground, and I think you did the right thing.
This law,
you asserted your rights.
Yeah. Now it used to be where the watcher certificate was only good in that polling place. Philadelphia has 1,680 polling places. I don't even know the whole number, and so it's impossible to get watchers in every polling place for Republicans. So they passed a law a few years ago.
Flexing where people are needed.
Right. Basically. So they passed a law saying watcher certificates are good for the entire county. So like if you were in Allegheny County and if you were in a township in Allegheny County, you could go to Pittsburgh. In Philadelphia, well, the city in the county, so it's good in anywhere in the county to make sure that everything is covered, to make sure everything is transparent, make sure everything is fair. And it was passed like 10 years ago, and we're still having trouble. This is ridiculous.
Ridiculous. Folks, you heard it. Gary Plum. Any other words you'd like to give her before we sign off?
I think I covered it. It's just that I want it to be a fair, transparent election. And the only way to do that is to have people observing what's going on.
And I think that's all anybody wants, right? This is about election integrity. It's not about putting a thumb on a scale. It's about just making sure everything's done in the right way.
Right. I mean, the first thing when a watcher will go in there is to get the count to know how many people voted.
Right.
I can't find out how many people vote.
You're just trying to get the count. That's all you're trying to do.
Oh, and another thing I want to add, too.
Yeah, please.
I want to add one more thing, because I was thinking about this. These two people in the polling place came up to me, did not practice social distancing. I had my mask on, my bandana on the entire time. They had masks on. It wasn't the best mask, but they were right in my face. They were within the social distancing guidelines. I mean, they were within a foot of me. And I don't know how.
No, but I mean, again, they're and they were coming at you, not
right.
You were just
and I was
you were following Pennsylvania state election law. You were doing the right thing.
Yes.
You followed the rules. You had a certificate as a court. Your court has signed off on that you have in your wallet on your possession. That it's by the commissioners. They asked for it. They challenged you. You presented it to them, and yet they still tried to deprive you of your rights.
Yeah.
That's all. Yeah, that's what it's about, folks.
The certificate is for the Trump campaign, so I'm the eyes and ears of the President of the United States, and they deny the President. It's as simple as that.
Well, thank you for what you did today. Thank you. Keep it up. All right, folks, we're out here